Well, hello, this is Andy and Pamela Burns. We are Road Burns, and we are doing something.
We're making a video to update you, our faithful followers, so that you know what we're up to, what's going on in our world.
Why have outtakes when you can just do it on the fly and leave it here? So I'm just going to keep recording, and I'm not going to edit this out. Because I'm only human, and we have not done a lot of videos together. I've done a lot by myself, where I'm doing teaching and doctrine and studies and stuff like that through the Bible, but I have not worked with my beautiful wife as far as videos, so this is getting practice for being on the road and getting ready to go. So what has been happening? Well, we've been trying to have garage sales to get rid of our stuff. We had a couple, but then every time we scheduled one, the realtor wanted to do another open house. So we had to not do it. And so we figured, well, we'll wait till we get under contract again, and then we'll start having garage sales again. What happened was we had a contract after the first 7 days that we had been on the market. But unfortunately, after a while, it came to the point where the buyer's financing fell through for whatever reason, and that's quite an interesting story. You can look at our blog and get that story, because that's a little bit humorous how that all worked out.
And where do they find our blog?
Well, roadburns.org. That's org. That's easy. We also have been setting up, well, I've been setting up Instagram, YouTube, of course, we've got that, Facebook page. I had a Facebook group going, and I realized I needed to be a page, not a group.
Yes.
The Patreon subscribers we're calling Warriors. That will be a secret group within our page later on when we get to that point. But in the meantime, I redid the Facebook stuff to make it a Facebook page. Where this video will be, and also, of course, on our YouTube channel, where please always give us a thumbs up,
yes,
and subscribe every time you watch us. Even if you don't like it, subscribe and give us a thumbs up, and then give us a nasty comment if you want to. Just, well, not that nasty, because we are trying to
be honest.
Yeah, be honest. Give us advice, because we are RV newbies. We're so new that we haven't even picked up our RV yet.
That's right.
We're waiting.
Picked out.
Oh yes, it's picked out. We've got multitude of accessories added to it. And the salesman called me yesterday and says, "What's going on?" And I said, "Well, haven't got a contract yet." He said, "Well, I don't know how long we can hold it." And I said, "Well, if you have to release it because we haven't sold our house yet, then fine. I know we can find another one."
Yes, absolutely.
Because I've already found it. So Idaho has one right now. And, of course, with Brett's RV, they have 3 or 4 different locations, and every location has one also. So I'm not worried about getting our 350G. We're still committed to Grand Designs.
That's right.
Momentum.
We have a backup plan.
Yes, we have two backup plans. And so we're not worried about that. Because I told him, I says, no matter what we do, all the accessories we're adding to it, we're still going to want those accessories on whichever rig we pick up, because they can move a 350G from one Brett's to another and still get it to us, or we can drive to it. It doesn't matter.
Yes.
But right now we are waiting for the house to get under contract and then sell, and then we'll have the cash, and we will go down and pick up the RV. We already have the truck. We've had that for a few years now, and it's a funny story. We've been watching oodles and oodles of YouTubes from all of the experienced and inexperienced folks trying to learn how to do all of this stuff in advance without actually putting our fingers on the stuff.
That's right.
And one of the things that they talked about was, the weight ratio between the RV and what the truck can pull and what the truck can do. So one of the sites, I won't say what they are, partly because I can't remember. The kitty is getting into the orchids on our flowers. That's what she had to go get the kitty. So where was I? Let's see. So I totally lost my train of thought. See, she had to go do something. I can't think straight when I get distracted, even in the middle of my own sentence. So if you can tell me what it was I was talking about.
You were talking about Brett's RV and...
No.
And then you were talking about how we've been watching other people's YouTube pages. Or YouTube videos.
Oh, yes. About the weight ratio of the truck and the RV.
Okay, there we go.
So one of the couples we've been watching, we've been binge watching all of the different families and couples, and I don't remember exactly who it was that had a spreadsheet that we could punch our numbers into, and it would tell us if we're over or under or whatever based on the rig setup we're going to choose.
Yes.
And I kept putting the numbers.
I'm not lost. I'm RVing.
I'm not lost. No, it wasn't them. It was the couple that went to Alaska and Mexico with their boys, Caleb and
yeah, it's
anyway.
Not lost, I'm RVing.
No, that's a different couple. Anyway.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So I went out to the truck, got the books, took pictures of the door frame so I could see the numbers on the door, and looked at the RV stuff and put it all in there. And it kept saying we were like 20,000 pounds over. And I knew that couldn't be possible. We can't be 20,000 pounds over for our truck, because that would mean the truck can't even drive itself based on the weight ratio. Never mind the RV. So I knew something was wrong, but I was pulling my hair out. I was looking everywhere, and I started doing I found other sources online to plug it all in. And they all kept saying different things, but it was always... I was over. It's like, how can I possibly have a 1-ton pickup truck and not be able to pull a 12,000 pound rig? And I was freaking out. It's like, how is this possible? Because if we load that rig up, then we're going to be over by thousands of pounds. And I didn't want to put that kind of stress on the truck. But it just didn't make any sense to me. How on earth our 1-ton truck that we bought for this purpose, that's supposed to be able to pull anything, couldn't pull a 12,000 pound trailer.
That's right.
Which it's got a maximum of 17. But again, all those numbers they didn't work, and I couldn't figure it out. And she was getting stressed because I was getting stressed. I was going all over the place, and then I finally realized what I was doing wrong. All of those places I was looking, including the spreadsheet I got from the one couple. KYD, that's right. Keep your dream. Keep your dream.
Keep your daydream.
So it was based on the time when he was pulling a trailer, not a fifth wheel.
Trailer pull.
So I was putting all these numbers into a trailer pull scenario, and it was just going nuts.
Yes.
Well, I looked some more on the web. I found another sheet. I put the numbers in for a fifth wheel. And glory be, we've got plenty of truck for what we're trying to pull, even if it's maxed out. Yes. So, a note to self, pay attention when somebody's talking about their trailer, they're not talking about their fifth wheel, and vice versa. So, if you are as new to this as I am, where you can't even figure out there's a difference between a travel trailer and a fifth wheel when you're doing numbers, take note. So, I finally got through all that, and we de-stressed over that. Now we know we don't have to go out and buy a 450 dually. The 350 or the 3500 1-ton long bed with not dually is enough for what we're trying to pull.
Yes.
Now we do know if we go up in the larger momentums, we will probably have to go something bigger, but that's not going to happen anytime soon, as far as we know. So. Anyway, that's that debacle. So I got that straightened out. So now we've been running around the house. I've been pulling pictures down, and the other day Pam painted the whole porch that we're sitting on now. I went out and mowed the lawn, the front and the back, on the riding mower, which incidentally is not coming with us. So if anybody wants to buy one after we close.
Yes.
So what we decided we're going to have to do, we were trying to avoid having to get a storage unit, but we decided that instead of trying to load up the back of our toy hauler with stuff and take it to Florida, when, you know, if we were going straight to Florida, it'd be one thing, but we're not. We're going to spend a year, maybe more, I don't know, before we actually buy the house in Florida. Yes. Depending as the Lord leads and how the ministry goes is where we go from place to place. So we decided we better get a storage unit for the stuff that we paid a lot of money for, that we want to keep and take into the new house. And again, depending on how long we keep it in storage, we'll decide, you know, when we need to either sell it and buy it again or not.
That's
because
right.
I realize right now, in this area, 10 by 15 is $60 a month, $65 a month. That's roughly $700 a year. So it would take us several years to negate the cost of the furniture. However, I understand going from here to Pensacola, here being Montana to Pensacola, is quite the U-Haul drive. So that's a bridge we're going to cross later. We've decided to shelve that one, just put it in storage, and figure that out later. That'll also give us the opportunity so that when we close on the house can actually be empty, because we can have the stuff in storage that we're going to put in the RV as well, and we'll just put that stuff toward the front of the storage unit. So when we buy the RV, then we can transfer that stuff to the rig, because we won't be able to do that process here at the house because it will be sold.
Yes.
So now that I've talked all that way, what are your thoughts?
Well, I believe it's good to have it in storage, because then in our minds and through the experience of being in the fifth wheel toy hauler for a period of time, whether it be a year or 18 months, whatever it might be,
Or
then
5 years.
We can reassess.
I'm open.
You know, whether or not those things that we leave in storage will be as of this much importance to us by the time we decide to get a house.
Yes, we may decide that, you know, it's so far out of style compared to what we've gotten used to. Because one of the things about downsizing is, number one, we've got a lot of stuff. We've gotten rid of a lot of stuff.
Yes.
But we've still got a lot of stuff.
We
and
do.
And some of the stuff that we were going to give away, they decided they didn't want. So now, well, we'll keep it. It's ours. I mean, we paid for it, and we like it. That's why we have it in our house.
If we didn't love it in the first place, we wouldn't have spent our money on it.
That's right. And we wouldn't be considering putting it in storage. But, you know, I've got like my mom's Yamaha Clavinova that she had and that I now have because I play the piano.
Yes.
And it's basically a baby grand that's, I don't know, 2 foot long. And then, of course, the 88 keys. But it's beautiful. It's black. It looks like a baby grand, except it's got, you know, the little stubby thing.
Yes.
But it's electric, so it does all that stuff.
Do you want to come back out?
Kitty was hanging on the light there.
Kitty doesn't know what she wants to do.
Yes. Now, we have been taking Kitty with us when we go places, because we have to take all 3 fur babies with us when we go for a showing on the house. Like tonight at 6:30, which is in about 4 hours, we have a showing. So what we do is we bought a new crate for the kitty so she can see. You might have seen that in the other video, which she seemed to enjoy. So we take her out and put her in that, and then we have a crate for the back of the truck that both of the dogs load up in. Now when we go to travel, of course, we're going to buy a 3rd crate so that the 2 dogs don't have to be separated, or I mean, don't have to be, you know, crowded up together when we're traveling down the road. But this gets a good practice. They get used to going out, going away. Kitty gets more and more calm as she sits in the car and doesn't have any trouble. And I'm going to be right back. Well, sorry about that. A neighbor and her dog decided to come up, and so I stopped the video so I could talk to her for a moment. So we're back. And so is Pam, believe it or not.
Yes. Miss Kitty Caliente is so intelligent. She was acting out, trying to get our attention by trying to eat my orchids and telling me that she didn't want to be held, but she needed something, scratching at the door. I went to go check on her situation, she led me down the hallway to her little room where she has her food and water, and she showed me that she drank all her water and ate all her food. And, you know, she just cannot have an empty dish. It's just not tolerable.
Now, she's still by the door meowing because we're out here, but she just wanted to make sure that when she's ready to get around to it, that she can wander in there and have her food and water without having to notify us.
Yes.
So even though she's not hungry or thirsty right now, she has to have it in there.
Yeah.
When I put her to bed at night, she has to have it in there. When we wake up in the morning, she has to have it in there. If not, she'll be climbing on the counter. She'll be misbehaving. She'll be doing all the stuff she knows she's not supposed to do. But she does it because she wants to lead us into that room to take care of that stuff.
She's kind of a control freak.
Yeah.
She likes to be in control. And I think right now she's whining because usually when I follow her into her room and I give her food and water, typically I stand there and pet her. And I think she needed me to pet her a little bit. Imagine that.
So having stopped the video and started again, I do have a question for you folks who are experienced in all of this. Obviously right now we're just using our iPads and our iPhones for videos.
Yes.
We got a little tripod, we got the iPad on. Then I transfer it to my computer, and then I fuss with the editing and all that stuff, and then I load it to the internet, to YouTube, and it takes hours. You all know how that works. But what are some of the tools that you use to do this with? I know we watched a lot of videos talking about the various GoPros, the cubes, and the cameras, and then of course getting up into the expensive cameras, which right now I not only can't justify that kind of expense, but I've never really been a camera person. So when it looks like a camera, that you focus and take 35 millimeter. Of course, I know it's not that anymore. It's all video.
It's all digital.
It's all digital. But it just, in my mindset, it's like, why do I want to hold on a big bulky camera like that when I can just put something on a tripod? And so maybe you guys can convince me down the road that I need to spend that kind of money for something I can do right near. I know the quality's better and the sound's better and all that, and I will be getting the Rode microphones and all those things to make the sound better than it is. So we apologize for that. In the meantime, we're sitting on the porch. We're facing the house with we would show you the foliage behind us in our yard. However, when we turn the camera to that, the clouds are so bright they take over the screen and turn everything white. So anybody has any suggestions on what to do about that in the meantime, please make comments. Always make comments about our videos, and if you want to find out how to contact us directly, go to either our Facebook page or our website. There's a contact page at the bottom of our front website page at roadburns.org, where you can leave a comment there. And then as we start to get feedback, either YouTube or Facebook or whatever, I'm going to start putting that feedback comments on our website as well, so that other people that go via the different means can do that. As you can see, the kitty is like a baby. She has to keep popping up and taking care of it. Maybe we've spoiled it to death. I don't know. I think she is a spoiled brat. I wanted to leave her outside one night and just let her wander off, but I don't do that. Sometimes I just get so frustrated with her, I either have to put her in a room or I throw her outside and forget about it, which she's not an outside cat.
No.
Because our last cat was an inside-outside cat, and if you know Montana at all, there's a lot of big birds around here, and anything furry that walks is fair game, and that's what happened to our kitty cat. He was 7 years old, and he just didn't come back one night. And a lot of neighbors around here said they had their cats fly away too. So that was terrible. I took a while to get over it, and that's why I got another cat right away, even though I think she's a brat, and I probably shouldn't have got her, but she's part of the family now. What can you do, right?
She's fun. She's feisty.
She's got a personality, that's for sure.
She does.
And she talks back every time you tell her no. She'll go,
Yep, she does. She does.
She's feisty.
She's a wild one.
So what else has been going on? You did another makeup video tutorial this morning.
I did. I just love being able to inspire people. You know, if any of the difficulties that I've gone through in my life can inspire somebody else, you know, and help them through a difficult time, then, you know, it was all worth it, right? So, I love selling cosmetics and skincare because, you know, it helps us with, you know, not only feel better about the way we look, but it helps our confidence level. I mean, I straightened my hair today. I put a little bit too much oil in it.
Well, it looks good. I like it.
But it's better than being like a Q-tip. My hair just like crazy like Phyllis Diller. So it's kind of nice to have it a little weighted down and tamed today.
Yeah, she's got curly hair everywhere.
Yeah.
This is definitely straightened.
Yeah. But, you know, I love doing inspiring videos. I just do. And I guess it's the way God created me. I've just always, I'd rather have a smile on my face and be feeling a little pain on the inside, because I'm helping people feel better, and I'm not being a Debbie Downer, so to speak. So, yeah, if you guys want to watch my makeup videos, that'd be great. I'm on Facebook mostly, and I'm at my address is Pamela Burns Lime Life. So, come be one of my followers. Come have fun with me. Come.
If you want to do it the easy way,
come have some girl time.
What's the new website we created for you?
It is Pamela at Lovin, Lovin, mylimelife.com.
Okay, that's the email address. lovinmylimelife.com it points you directly to her Lime Life site. It just kind of automatically redirects over there.
Yes.
But she's got her own email through Lime Life and through lovinmylimelife.com. We created that for her, just like we have Road Burns, but it automatically redirects. So, and the same thing with YouTube. I know you're watching us on video right now via YouTube, but if you happen to be watching this on Facebook, if you go to youtube.roadburns.org, you're going to get to our YouTube page. Automatically, it's going to redirect, because until we get 1,000 followers, we are not going to be able to put Road Burns after YouTube. So I did it the other way around with my own domains. So
You're tricky
we can make it easier, because you know, YouTube and some of the others have this super long thing with a lot of numbers and squigglies and stuff in it, and you can't memorize that. But youtube.roadburns.org you can memorize.
That's
and
right.
I challenge you
so
to do that. So put it in your bookmarks and all that, because that'll always work, no matter what we do with the other stuff. And don't forget to go to our website. If you mouse over, if you're on your computer, and if you mouse over Home or mouse over Road Burns, you're going to see a multitude of other things in the menu items, from our ministry websites, Facebooks, and all that, to her Lime Life, to our personal Facebook. Yes. All that stuff is there. We don't hide anything from anybody. If you want to find us, you can find us.
Yes.
But the Facebook page address is, of course, facebook.com/ and then you put Road Burns, and you'll get to our Facebook page for Road Burns. Pretty simple.
Yes, I think it's very simple.
Yes, and our ministry page for Burns World Evangelism is Facebook/DBWEINC. It's BWE, Burns World Evangelism, but the D, we originally started it as Doctors Burns World Evangelism. Thought that was a little bit too self-serving, so we took the D out. But on Facebook and some others, the D had to be there because BWEINC is actually a corporation out there that's doing, I'm not sure what, but they're doing something. As far as roadburns.com goes, that's not us.
No.
But it appears to be nobody, actually, at the moment, because it's sitting there on GoDaddy, and it's for sale for who knows how much money. No. Roadburns.org. We may go to roadburns.us, because that is open. So I might do that, too. Make it easier for folks, because org is hard for people to remember sometimes, because they automatically assume com. But .us might be a little easier. I'm not sure. But we'll see how things go down the line. Takes money to do all that stuff. But fortunately, I do it all myself. good, bad, for the good, bad, or ugly. I do it all myself, and so in fact, for those of you who know a little bit about web design, I've decided to make it easy on myself. I do WordPress everywhere. I was doing Joomla. I love Joomla as a lot, but it's got so many security holes in it. I kept getting hacked. I kept shutting down all my domains. I do a lot of websites for charities and nonprofits, and it kept shutting them down. And it was every month I was rebuilding 12, 13 websites. It's like, this is stupid. I don't want to do that, and I don't want to pay them $500 a month to monitor it for me. So I just threw Joomla out the door, and strictly WordPress seems to be a little more secure.
Mm-hmm.
I hope.
So far, so good.
But I'm using HostMonster as my platform. So if anybody knows of any other things that seem to be easier or better, I've been with HostMonster for I think 13 years now. So I don't think I'll be switching, because it costs a lot of money and all that stuff just to switch from one provider to another. And HostMonster has always treated me well. So anyway, that's enough of that. I'm trying to think of other things that we've accomplished. We haven't accomplished everything in the house we want. We got to get some boxes and start getting them boxed up. We've got to start making loads to charity, because so far in our garage sales, nobody has wanted to even go more than 2 shirts in the pile to look at clothes. So we probably just need to get rid of the clothes and send them to Goodwill, or we have a place here in town.
Yes.
And I've got a bunch of trinkets that I've held on to for years that I'm slowly getting rid of.
You're falling out of love with them.
Well, it's just one of those, I'm going to need this. Like, I was just thinking this morning, I've got a cassette player that I bought about 5 years ago so that I can convert some of the old cassette things that I have onto digital via a program that I've got that does that. And I haven't converted all of my cassettes yet. I've only got 2 or 3, but I haven't converted them yet. But 5 years later, I still haven't done it. It's still brand new. I've used it like one time. I think I probably ought to sell it or give it away, or
probably.
something. Because I'm obviously not going to get to it because it's not a priority. Because it's cassettes from back in my Navy days in the Persian Gulf when we were blowing stuff up, and it's interesting to hear the back and forth.
So you're talking about VHS?
No, I'm talking about cassette.
Okay.
Little cassette. It's a recording.
Okay.
As far as the VHS goes, I know who has a copy of that. I can get it from them and make a copy later. But anyway, The point is, I'm sitting here holding on to this stuff. I'm going to get to that. I'm going to get to that. I'm not going to get to that.
Maybe
too busy,
my dad would want it.
Too busy doing other things.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's one of the examples of the things I'm looking at. I've been carting it around. It's been on my desk and just taking up space. And I've got a whole bunch of stuff like that. You know how IT guys, I was in the IT world as IT director for about 6 years. And so you tend to hold on to stuff until it's so obsolete. It's like, why am I sitting on this stuff? It's stupid.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I've got 2 or 3 backup drives that are like 40 and 80 gig. And then I've got a couple 500 gigabyte 5.5-inch drives. Why? I don't know. I need to either shoot them, put a hole in them so they can't be recovered, or delete them and then shoot them. I don't know. That's another reason I just don't throw stuff away. Because what if somebody gets into my stuff and all that stuff? I don't think people have that much time on their hands to worry about my little stuff.
Probably not.
But she's got the same kind of stuff. I'm telling you right now, she's got the same kind of stuff that she's been sitting on. Because when I moved here and married her, I brought what fit in my truck. And she's got a whole house full of stuff from the last 30 years. But I already got rid of all that stuff years ago.
I have some things that I will never get rid of. Just, they have sentimental value and they're irreplaceable. And
they'll go in storage.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. As time goes on, we'll accumulate more stuff like that.
That's right.
And then it'll go into storage.
But, I have cosmetics and I have fragrances and I have things that just I love and I need to work on getting rid of them. I do. I am guilty. I'm so guilty.
We have an old 10-speed in our garage that we've been trying to sell in the garage.
It's a mountain bike. It is not a 10-speed.
Looks like a 10-speed to me. Anyway, a guy came through and said, "How much you want for it?" I said, $10. He said, "Okay." And we talked to him about a bunch of other stuff, and he said, "How much for the bike?" I said, $5. He said, "Oh, it went on sale." I said, "Yeah." So as things progressed, he decided, "Well, I don't want the bike." "Well, how about just take it with you, free?" "Oh, okay, that's a good price." "Well, I went to leave it," said, "I'm going to leave it here." I said, "I'll give you $5 to take it."
Yeah.
"No, I won't do that either." So I can't even pay people to take the thing away. So I don't know what we're going to do with it. I guess
Donate it.
Donate it to Goodwill and hopes they can have somebody pay it $10 for
Yeah,
it.
I mean, it's a great bike. It needs new tires, but that's not even a big deal.
But
And
you want to pay somebody $5 to take it away, and they still won't take it with them.
It wasn't the right person. It just wasn't the right person. He had too many other projects that he was working on. That's what he said.
But just in case anybody gets any ideas, I'm not going to do that again. I'm not going to offer people money to take stuff away. Okay?
You can offer me money.
They can take it for free. That's fine. They haul it, not me. Or they pay us something for it. We're not selling our stuff to make money. We're selling our stuff to get rid of it.
That's right.
So, I mean, we'd love to make a whole bunch of money, but we all know that you're making pennies on the dollars in a garage sale no matter what you do. Even if you paid $100 for it, you may get a $10 offer.
Yeah, they don't care how much you paid for it.
And that's just the nature of garage sales in America. So, I mean, we understand that. Yeah. But when you can't give stuff away, that's a problem. I mean, there's a lot of places that used to come, they bring a little box truck and you throw it all in there and they take it away. They don't even do that anymore because then they got to get rid of stuff. So I don't know how to do that, but we'll just keep working at it, and we've got time because we have to have an offer first, and we're hoping to get a cash offer that they want us out in 2 weeks. That would be great. We'll go into full steam and just blow this house out and get it empty. But normally you have like 30 days because they got to go through escrow and all that sort of stuff. But the problem with that is you take the house off the market like we did and then sit around, and now here it's 25 days later and we have not got another offer. So this is supposed to be a seller's market, and I'm seeing posts from all the realtors in the area saying, we don't have enough inventory for all the people that are wanting houses. And it's like, well, hello, we're over here. Come over here.
Well, we do have a showing tonight at 6:30.
And I'm not complaining. I mean, we're
very excited.
Since we put it back on the market 8 days ago, we've had almost 8 showings. So I want the yes, and I want it now.
Oh, wow.
But who doesn't, right?
That's right.
Lord, I want patience, but I want it right now.
That's right. That's right.
Just be careful. This is a biblical note here. When you ask for patience, be prepared to wait. But anyway, we're rambling on and on, so we'll wrap this up. Well, I'm rambling on and on. She's just laughing at me. But we'll wrap this up. Thanks again. Like, thumbs up, and share, and subscribe, and follow, and all the things you have to do to all of our different places on YouTube and Facebook and the website and everything you can find about Road Burns. Say yes to, and invite all your friends and tell them all about it, because I would love to have what we do have 9 subscribers right now.
Yes, we do.
That's awesome. That's 9 more than we had last week.
That's right. Amen to that.
So that's good.
We appreciate you all.
We like that. Thank you for subscribing, but encourage your friends to subscribe. And I know we have to have more content, obviously, because when there's only two videos on there and one of them's duplicated, people saw it already, right? So we're going to try to do our best to make more videos on a more often basis to give you updates, so that we don't have to worry about not having content. It's terrible when you lose your thought in the middle of a sentence and you have to add something on, you don't know what you're saying. So that's just 20 minutes is fine. I guess we're done. Like I said, I'm not going to edit out our boo-boos because
we're human.
This isn't a training video. If I was doing a training video or a Bible study, I edit them out most of the time. But for this, hey, we got to be us. And if you don't like us, God bless you anyway.
That's right. This is the real us. Here we are.
All right. God bless, and we'll see you next time.
Bye bye for now.